Welcome to the Phoenix Prosperity Podcast, where wealth meets legacy. Join your host, Tim Fergestad, as we explore the journeys of Phoenix's finest to success and beyond.
Hello, this is Tim Fergestad. Thank you for joining us. I'm very pleased to have Greg Davis with me here today. Greg is the CEO of a marketing company. Welcome to the show, Greg.
Thanks for having me.
Can you give us a quick snapshot of your business right now? What you do, what your company does?
Yep. So primarily, we set up marketing opportunities for contractors locally and across the country. We offer a suite of services, including full service PR, AI programs, but our main thing is face-to-face marketing opportunities inside big box retail and now malls as well.
Okay. How did you get into that space?
So I had a solar company, solar and windows, and I was always trying to get into Walmart. Couldn't do it. Walmart didn't work with solar companies at all, as a general rule. Tried for years, and then I got into window business, and windows were a little more flexible. I met with a company called My Home Renovator, and they got us in Avondale, Walmart here in Arizona. From there, I leveraged that relationship with My Home Renovator to get solar in. Became partners with My Home Renovator. We take over the clean energy section of it. And we started here in Arizona, and eventually now we're up to about 40 locations across the country inside Walmart, and expanding.
Okay, excellent. So that sounds like that was relationship based, I suppose, getting in with Walmart. Okay, very interesting. I've heard that Walmart has like for standard products, right? They have a whole where's their headquarters? Somewhere down south.
Arkansas.
Yeah, and they have a whole machine where they review and negotiate who gets on the shelves there.
Yeah, I understand it's really tough as well, but I don't get into that side of it.
Right. It seems like you bypass that side, which is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. When was this? When did you start getting into the local Walmart here?
It's been 3 years now.
Okay.
Or just close to 3 years.
Okay. Was that hard to do it sort of in the wake of COVID?
No. In fact, as unfortunate as COVID was, it was great for business for us.
Home improvement stuff.
Yeah, everybody was home, and their mind was on their homes, and
right,
worked out well. So we didn't have any trouble. Actually, we came out the gates very hot, and over time, we opened more stores and they allowed us more stores to open, we completely backed away from the solar and window business, and now this is really our sole focus.
Okay, so what's the sole focus if not solar and windows?
Oh, our focus is partnering with contractors, creating pop-up face-to-face marketing opportunities inside of Walmarts and premium malls across country.
Okay. Is there a lot of competition in that space?
No, not much. I mean, the malls and Walmart themselves, obviously they book contractors. They book out their spaces. They don't really target contractors. My Home Renovator is our partner and a competitor. They do the exact same thing. They only focus on Walmart, however. So as far as the malls go, there's not anyone out there that's really touching our prices or terms. And we make it really affordable, and really turnkey for our partners. All they have to do is go in and generate leads.
Okay, that definitely would set you apart, particularly if there's not a lot of people doing it. Well, can you speak a little bit to that marketplace right now? I know malls have been sort of goofy over the past few years, particularly in specific markets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have to be careful with malls, right? There are some dying malls out there, but those aren't the ones we go after. every now and again, we'll get stuck with one. We'll make a deal, and the leasing agent say, well, we'll give you those terms for this mall, but you have to take a space in this mall as well. And that's usually one of those dying malls. But no, the malls are great right now, the ones that we're in. I mean, we go for the high traffic, good demographics, good income. We have one in California that, is the fifth busiest mall in the country. It sees over 10 million people a year. By contrast, a Walmart, which is still great. We do a ton of business out of Walmart, but they average about 100,000, about 80,000 visitors a month if you average out the stores as a whole.
Okay.
So, you're looking at 1 million visitors a year as opposed to 8 million or 10 million or 12 million in the mall.
Okay.
It works out well.
Okay. And who are sort of your ideal clients?
Home installation contractors. So we depending on the mall group. So we work with a group called Simon Malls. These are kiosks, and they love the idea that we focus on clean energy. So any companies that we partner with there needs to be in the clean energy sector. So solar, windows, HVAC, things of that sort.
Okay.
Outside of that group, we have other locations where we can do any type of contractor. And really, it's just a way to make licensed, vetted, highly reputable contractors available to the general public without them, where they can feel comfortable without having to do a lot of research on their own. They know they're going to get fair pricing. They know they're going to get a company that has been vetted out, has great reviews and a great reputation. It's particularly valuable in the solar industry where, it's primarily based in door knocking or internet marketing. Most people don't know the names of the individual solar companies out there that's knocking on their doors. And there's a lot of nefarious characters in solar, right? The salespeople tend to make their own pricing and things like that. So you never know if you're getting a good deal or not. Your next door neighbor could have the same system and paid half of what you paid. So programs like this, where it's making those companies accessible, you know where they are, you see them every day, you know their names, gives a little bit of comfort to that homeowner, knowing that they're dealing with somebody that they can trust.
Okay. And that's great. Speaking of the mall exposure versus like home improvement shows or expos or something like that, are you in that space as well?
So we don't do the expos unless we're going, as an exhibitor.
Okay.
For this program. But yeah, it's just like that. We'll put you in a position where you're doing a home show every day.
Right.
The traffic, the amount of traffic you get from these retail locations is akin to a home show. But you're able to do it every day, and it's a lot more cost effective.
Okay. Yeah, because I imagine you get a lot more traffic, but people at the mall aren't there necessarily looking for home improvement stuff, right? So the what do they call it? The conversion may not be the same rate, but you get a lot more numbers.
Yeah, actually, we tend to do better than they would do at the home shows. And it's not that, people aren't looking for home services. That's not where they're at the mall, of course. But, they're not looking for home services when they're door knocked or when they see an ad. It sparks their attention. So for our contractors, it's the ability to have conversations tenfold that they would have in other ways of marketing every day. So, if they're not interested at that point, you planted the seed, and when they are interested, they know where to find you.
Okay. Excellent. So, for example, when I go to a Home Depot, right, I usually see the AC people there. There's a few vendors or contractors there. They have probably some negotiated relationship with Home Depot. Is that something similar with the Walmarts?
Absolutely. It's the
Okay.
exact same concept, just more traffic.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. And uh, who are your you said they're clean energy or green sort of contractors, but what can you give me some examples of the sort of the best clients you have?
Yeah, so we have several larger companies in the program, like Jacuzzi is one of the big vendors in the Walmarts. We have financial companies like Sunlight who back um, different solar companies in the program. Um, yeah, so it really runs the gamut. Just
Okay.
I typically don't want to throw companies' names out there, but
Okay, sure, sure. But just industries like roofing, or I didn't know what.
yeah, solar, windows, roofing, HVAC. We have water softener companies or water system companies in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Seeing how you still have solar relationships, are those generally like the Southwest markets where those are booming? No?
All over the country. I mean, you'd be surprised at how well solar does in the Northeast. Jersey's a really strong state for solar. Massachusetts is strong.
Really? Is that, I mean, because they don't have quite the sunshine we get down here in the Southwest. Are there some tax incentives or something that help make that viable?
Well, there's federal tax incentives across the board. A lot of states have their own incentives, but it's not really the incentives. It's just the energy cost in
Okay.
those areas are a little more expensive than they are
Uh,
here. And then as far as they don't get as much sun, but cloudy days, solar still works. And then with the improvements in the batteries and storage systems, it just all comes together. It makes sense.
okay. Okay. Um, so reflecting back on sort of your career, can you share an instance that you believe significantly contributed to your success in business?
Sure. So I started out in sales when I was 19 years old. My ex-wife at the time, she got pregnant and I was young, or 19. So got into insurance sales and I noticed right away that, you know, they're giving me a few leads, but the broker was making the lion's share of the money.
Right.
So right away at 19, I started my own brokerage
Okay.
and I've been down that self-employed, you know, model
Entrepreneurial path. Yeah.
my whole life. And, whether you have a ton of staff or you don't, I always just put the onus on me and keep everything running and the lights on.
Excellent.
And I don't
Okay.
really fall in love with one in particular situation. I'm very malleable and it's worked out for me.
Okay. Excellent.
Opportunities
Yeah.
come and take advantage.
Excellent. Yes, you have to be willing to pivot and seize the opportunities when they come. I'd also like to point out that takes a lot of courage, right? There's a lot of risk in there when you take all that responsibility on yourself. That's why a lot of people don't branch out and start their own brokerage and so forth. So
That is
kudos
true.
for that. So how has your appetite for risk changed over time?
It really hasn't. Luckily for me, when I jumped in the first time, I was too young and inexperienced to really experience the fear that comes along with it. And since then,
Young and stupid.
yeah, and I've kind of kept that. I've kept it when I see an opportunity, I go for it, and I just don't allow failure to come into play. No matter what we're hit with, we can always overcome it. And there's always things, right? So if you have a good plan and you can see where the bottom is, just stay away from that bottom, keep pushing forward. It tends to work out.
Okay. Okay. Looking towards the future, in your sort of wealth building scope, but also in your business plans, what sort of thoughts do you have on creating the financial, I don't know, but for your business, it might be an exit, right? Do you have a plan for that, or long-term cash flow, passive income, things like that? Do you have a philosophy or a timeline for what you want to achieve and when?
I do. I don't want to throw out specifics out there, but
Sure.
I definitely getting older now. I'm almost. I won't say that. I'm in my mid 40s, so
Oh, you're in your prime.
yeah, I'm really thinking I got a good 20 years to put myself in a position where I can get to the beach and just live slow. You know,
Okay.
how I'm gonna get there is a variety of things. It's the business. It's we operate multiple businesses right now, but and then the real estate investing has always been a thing for me.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
Pre-trade, really
I'm a
heavy.
big fan.
Yeah.
That's what I do. It's my focus now as well. Um, so on that vein though, reflecting on your path, what do you wish you would have known sooner about building wealth and success earlier in your career?
Uh, just the power of investing, and not just real estate, but in different portfolios,
Right.
stocks, mutual funds, all the things that I just did not do when I was younger, and I'm doing now. But I'm behind now,
Sure. Well, yeah, you're
behind where I could have been. Right?
right. Well, when we're all young and stupid, right? We
Yeah.
we 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 think we'll be generating income in the future, and we're living for
Mhm.
the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And
Excellent.
when I didn't coming up, I didn't have like the 401k opportunities, or I mean, I could have did it myself, but I
Right.
didn't have that job behind me, kind of steering some things. And so,
Right.
but I
Right.
know now, living you learn.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and that's one of the lessons I've learned in the past several years is meeting so many successful people is the multiple streams of income focus,
Mhm.
right? Is they some people go all in on one business for a while and then they're successful, but then they realize they need some diversification, right? And that's something that some of the most successful people I know have multiple, as I said before, streams of income, and
Yeah.
that's kind of one of my focuses as well is to diversify my portfolio and to I'm doing more businesses as well as my real estate, but uh, I'm sharing real estate with people who just didn't even realize how awesome, who know real estate's awesome, but didn't know they could participate in it passively, right? Everybody thinks they have to, go swing a hammer or be a landlord or something. You
Yeah.
just don't have to. Okay.
Right.
Right. So back to sort of like your business. Do you have anything exciting coming up in the next 12 months or so?
We do. So we mentioned malls. I mentioned malls, and that's fairly new. We are opening 22 malls between November 1st and November 15th. So getting ahead of that holiday rush.
Wow. Yeah.
Um,
Is that a lot? That seems like a lot for 2 weeks.
that's a lot. That is a ton. But it's been a project we've been working on for a while now.
Okay.
We have locations in Florida, Texas, here in Arizona, and also California, Colorado, and Virginia. So
Okay.
we're really excited about that. The holidays are going to be great. We're always looking to build new relationships with other retailers and just growth. But we're extremely excited about the malls because we do a ton of business out of Walmart. And like I said, the traffic in the malls is tenfold.
Wow.
Should
Okay.
be,
Excellent. That's very exciting. Very cool.
yes.
Okay. Well, Thank you for your time today and sharing some insights and tips with us. If people would like to connect with you, what should they do?
They can go to cleanurbanliving.com, reach us there, or they can give us a call at 833-2-LIVE-LEAN.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for watching and listening today. Thank you very much, Greg Davis, for joining me today. We appreciate you sharing your story and insights into success and impact.
Thanks for having me.
Inspired by our guests? Visit phoenixprosperitypodcast.com/guest and join us on the show and share your success story with Tim. The spotlight awaits.